Murli Notes, April 7, 2022. Your inheritance is to receive freedom in life. Everyone has half their time in freedom and half their time in bondage. That means half their time in happiness and half their time in distress. However, in order to receive the happiness of the golden age, the world of heaven, you have to become Brahmin in this life. You have to study this knowledge, and you have to achieve victory over Maya. Not everyone can achieve this. Maya means materialism. Materialism means you take objects of sense perception to be the only reality. You understand the laws of matter, but not the laws of spirituality. It is difficult to live according to the laws of spirituality in the current social world because you risk being ostracized unless you comply with it. The social world is determined by the prevailing religious beliefs and traditions. It is also layered. The layers are determined by the quality of people in those layers, which resembles class or caste, as well as financial, social, educational, and political power. Dadi Prakashmani used to point out that many in the world of spiritual endeavor are motivated by the desire for position, property, money, power, and protection. This desire locks those individuals into the prevailing social world where these values are dominant. Very few understand the laws of spirituality. They have personal spiritual power, clarity, and purity to the extent that they are able to function effectively in a polluted social context without betraying their principles. Success requires close personal self-observation and self-analysis. Your heart is a mirror. Your heart and your conscience are the same. It is unwise to determine what is right and wrong by consulting public opinion. Your conscience, your heart, will show you the extent to which you have overcome your own weaknesses and to what extent you have become true to yourself. Your value is determined by the extent to which you have benefited and inspired others. Only you Brahmins are aware that all are in a life of bondage and that this time period is the end of Kali Yuga, the dark times. You were also in a life of bondage and are gradually freeing yourself from that through your spiritual practice and study. People live in the chains of their negative emotions and responses. Satyuga, the age of truth, is the time when all live in freedom. This applies to the whole society. Currently, all are in the Tamil Pradhan state. The confluence age coexists with the end of Kali Yuga and is the time when all are purged from their negativity, impurity, and corruption. At the time of Satyuga, all are in the Satopradhan state. Together with your condition, each one must play their own role. The role is not the same as the condition, but it is influenced by your condition. Every soul belongs to one of the religious traditions. When the soul arrives on earth, it lives a life of freedom. Life in bondage begins from the Copper Age, where people are dominated by the influence of Ravan, which is materialism. The power of spirituality no longer dominates. There are progressive layers. The gunas, sato, rajo, tamo. There is the passage of time. There is freedom and there is bondage. There is your role. There is your karma. There is your spiritual practice and study. 6 layers. Be aware of the influence of these layers and the progression of these layers. Calculate how and to what extent each layer influences you. The more you are aware of these layers and their influence on you, the more you have freedom of choice. Your role is your circumstances, and your karma is how you handle your circumstances. The more attention you give to your spiritual practice, your yoga, your focus on God and soul consciousness, and the more attention you give to the study, the more you claim your inheritance of freedom in life. At this time, the energy of the confluence age, the energy of Shiv Baba, and the energy of your connection with that is causing a reversal of the progressions. You are becoming free. Jivan Mukti, freedom in life, does not mean taking birth in the golden and silver ages, but it means to become free from the chains of Ravan. That is, the bondage to materialism, which includes coming under the sway of public opinion. Public opinion means prevailing social attitudes. Jivan Mukti means you are not dictated to by prevailing social attitudes. Om Shanti.